Hi everybody, my name is Barry Schwartz and this is the Search Buzz video recap. Today is Friday, December 27th. I hope everybody had a nice holiday and I hope everybody has a nice New Year's this coming Wednesday. Anyway, let's talk about the past news in terms of the Search and Roundtable coverage. This is the search news we covered over the past week at seroundtable.com. First up, Rap Genius. I believe Christmas Eve or the day before, a guy named John went ahead and outed Rap Genius on his blog, showing how Rap Genius went ahead and posted this message about becoming an affiliate of Rap Genius. The way that worked was, he emailed them and says, all you have to do is write a blog post that's related to lyrics, then put all these links at the bottom of the post. Obviously these are keyword-rich links. What happened was, it got on Matt Kutz's radar. As you can see over here, it's on Matt Kutz's radar. We're looking into it. The day later or so, Rap Genius no longer ranks for their name and for plenty of keywords. The question is, obviously now they're going to have to go ahead and submit a reconsideration request. How long will it go ahead and take for Rap Genius to get back into the game? Tons of press about this, tons of coverage about this. The reason for that is, one, it's a very slow news week because of the Christmas break, and two, because Rap Genius is one of these majorly funded websites, and obviously that gets a lot of exposure. So I guess we'll track and see when Rap Genius gets back in the search results. Next, another example of a major brand doing things that are not necessarily Google allowed or according to Google Webmaster Guidelines. So we know that linking too many sites together, Matt has said this, using keyword-rich anchor text, we said this in the past, is not allowed. Create a Site Forum moderator posted in the Create a Site Forums, basically showing how Amazon.com, if you go to their footer, has all these keyword-rich anchor texts. From things saying like digital photography, to health and beauty, home essentials, to shoes and clothing, to any of these things here. They're all very keyword-rich links. Why is Amazon getting away with this? They're a major brand. If you look at their links in the footer, none of them are no-followed. And according to Matt Cutts, this probably should not be allowed. This is probably against Google's Webmaster Guidelines. Nothing, I don't think, happened to the Amazon rankings. Google has not responded to me about this, but it is what it is. Next up, Matt Cutts. This is not really new news, but I didn't really spot this until recently. Matt Cutts said that the Hummingbird algorithm, which was a major algorithm Google released that said nobody should have noticed, impacted or had an effect on 90% of the searches. But Matt Cutts said only to a small degree. Matt Cutts said Hummingbird affects 90% of searches, but usually to a small degree, because we're saying this particular document isn't really about what the user is searching for. Specifically, he's saying that while it affects so many searches, the impact of that should be very minor and nobody really should notice. I think people noticed, especially in the SEO industry. Another interesting topic. So we discussed about a month ago that Google does know which algorithms are impacting which sites. So this past week, John Mueller went ahead and on Christmas said basically that a Panda algorithm is actually impacting this guy's site. He said, that being said, just being crawled faster wouldn't change your algorithm's opinion of your site, and at the moment it looks like they're really not happy with the quality of your content. Specifically, quality of your content, Panda, our algorithms do not like what your site's doing, yada yada. That being said, also Matt Cutts today, I covered it, is telling a webmaster that their Penguin algorithm is actually impacting their rankings. And Matt Cutts said, he went through a thing basically saying, no, it's not your title tags and meta description. I recommend reading up about Penguin and looking at how to clean things up for Penguin. Again, Matt Cutts, Google telling a webmaster that an algorithm action or an algorithm is actually hurting their rankings. This is why I want Google to come out with a automated algorithm action viewer in Google Webmaster Tools if possible. I know it probably is not easy, but it'll be nice to see. Matt Cutts again, a lot of activity from Matt Cutts over Christmas because usually he posts most of his stuff in the Webmaster Forums on Christmas. Google's Matt Cutts says, don't copy Wikipedia content and expect to rank well. He went ahead and went through a Webmaster post and the guy was complaining, why is my site not ranking? And Matt Cutts responded, I picked a random URL and I copied the first sentence or so from your content right into Google, and up came Wikipedia. Basically, a copy and paste. You're copying and pasting content directly from Wikipedia onto your website. Why should we rank your website when Wikipedia has that content? Of course, we have some comments already from people saying, hey, Google's doing the same thing in their knowledge graph, so why is Google going to get away with it? This is an interesting topic. I haven't covered it before. Basically, when you buy an expired domain name, or you buy a domain name that seems to be completely new, but yet it was used years ago, the question is, what type of impact will that have on your rankings? Now, we covered buying expired domain names and worrying about checking the history of those domain names. But we didn't cover specifically algorithm actions versus manual actions. We know that manual actions go ahead and expire. So typically a manual action can expire in 3, 6, 12 months or so. So typically when you buy a new domain name and it has been expired or was used previously, you probably don't want to buy a domain name that has a manual action. But you can easily tell if it has a manual action now by verifying your domain name in Google Webmaster Tools and looking on the manual action viewer. If it does have a manual action, you can submit a reconsideration request. The problem is, from what I've seen, many sites that have manual actions also have algorithm problems as well. Now, if a site has an algorithm problem, how hard is it for a site to go ahead and recoup over years? If a site expired 12 years ago, does that algorithm action still apply to that new site that acquired the domain name? Again, all brand new content, new idea, everything new. I guess it depends on the algorithm. Penguin algorithm, if those links are still pointing to the website, maybe it still has an impact. Panda, probably not, because it's a brand new concept, brand new domain name. So you got to really think about when you buy a domain name, make sure and look how far back, if anybody ever used that domain name again. And if you want, I can license you Rusty Domain or something like that. Just kidding. Probably not funny. Talking about Christmas, okay. So typically I spot this every year since Google had their own forums, even before they had their own forums. Google's webmaster people, as well as the top contributors who are not really Googlers, are going ahead and helping webmasters in the forums. So there's dozens and dozens of threads from Googlers like John Mueller, Matt Cutts, I can't pronounce the name, but Zeneb, and also Gary Ills, who I mentioned here, and some other Googlers who are actually responding to webmaster help questions during the Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, which is nice to see, and they've been doing this every year. And of course, Matt Cutts reminds us, as you can see over here, the spam fighting never stops, even on Christmas. Hope you're having a good one, he said. Of course, I got some nasty responses from people about why I only write about good things about Google, but I don't. But either way, it's nice to see Googlers posting. And of course, we have our logos from the Christmas industry, from the search industry. So these are the Christmas Day logos, so 25th. Google.com, Google's logo. This is actually yesterday, day after Christmas. Baidu had this is actually animated. This is animated from Dogpile. Bing had a really nice theme. Ask.com and also Search Engine Roundtable. Now Christmas Eve, we also had some logos. So this is Google.com on Christmas Eve. Yahoo had an animated logo. Jingle, which is the Google Plus logo. So Goa, Bing, Dogpile, and Ask.com. Anyway, that pretty much recaps the Search Buzz Video Recap. My name again is Barry Schwartz. This is the news we covered over the past week at the Search Engine Roundtable at seroundtable.com. Everyone, I hope you had a nice holidays, and hope you have a nice New Year's. And everyone, I'll see you guys next week. Be well. Bye.